Scrimmage, some good, some bad. That's typical. You know, if I was fired up about the offense, I'm ticked off about the defense. If I'm fired up about the defense, I'm ticked off about the offense. So there was good give and take both sides, somewhere between 125, 150 plays. We let everybody play today, went live, had some situations into half, into game. Thought our guys responded well to the situations. It was hot today. Offense started off fast and tailed off late. Defensively started slow but forced turnovers. I think they had 2 turnovers on the day, which was positive, and they had a goal line stand. So that was positive. You know, we got to continue to work to improve. We got a long way to go to be game ready, you know, from a functioning on and off the field, understanding personnels, getting you know, special teams on and off the field. There's a lot of things, you know, we're defensively, offensively, we're very multiple in our personnels. We got a lot of specific guys playing, and we got to do a great job of getting those things communicated. From an injury standpoint, we had a lot of guys missing today for different things. Chad Bailey is going to be out for the next 2 to 3 weeks with a hand injury. Hiron White was out with a shoulder injury. Elijah Young was out with a shoulder injury. Markel Utsey was out with a upper body injury, upper torso injury. Maurice Massey was out with a lower knee injury. Damon Hazelton was out with a soft tissue injury. And so those are some guys that y'all are familiar with. I think for the most part, we stayed pretty healthy today. I think we had one player get dinged up and didn't finish the practice, but he will be, just got done in the training room. He will be fine moving forward. So with that, I'll open it up to questions, and we're going to start with people who have their face on the camera.
Natalie, go ahead.
Like I said.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well. You know, yesterday you mentioned that you needed to see a lot more from your offense. Did you notice any big differences in your offense from the first scrimmage to this scrimmage today?
Yeah, we got a couple first downs, which was a huge positive, and we scored a couple of touchdowns, which again was a huge positive. I thought our guys did a nice job staying in front of the chains and staying out of negative plays, which has been an issue for us in all the move the ball situations. And today we just didn't have those, and it allowed us to function and call some manageable third downs. I thought our wideouts did as good a job as they've done making contested catches and winning versus some man-to-man situations. I thought our quarterbacks did a nice job of recognizing man zone coverage and finding their answers in the progression. It honestly, it was refreshing. It reminded me that we can still coach a little bit around here, to be honest. So it was good to see that offensively. Consequently, defensively, we got to do a better job of stopping guys on third downs and not, getting them behind the sticks on first downs.
Dave, go ahead.
Eli, I know you're not sharing quarterback plans, but what have you seen from those guys just as far as their development and the more they get acclimated to your offense?
Yeah, you want me to name a starter right now?
If you want to, sure.
I'm not going to, though.
All
right. I thought they did a nice job of, again, continuing to grow. This is the first time they're going through some of these pass concepts. And now today you could tell was the first time they felt comfortable calling the reps, knowing the answers. Okay, man, I'm going here. Zone, I'm going here. It's progression. I'm working through all of this. This is the look I want this play. And so they're growing. A couple of them made some plays scrambling today, which was really nice. That's an added dimension that you always got to have, is your ability to escape. And when everybody's covered, you're not, which is big for us. And so I think they did a nice job. I don't have the stats in front of me, but they didn't throw an interception, which was nice, which is the first time we've done that in a couple of days. So that was positive.
Gabe, go ahead. I think you just got up, so.
You're good. Eli, you had mentioned yesterday the offensive line being a little bit beat up and dealing with some things. Since the start of camp, what have you seen out of that group, and how do you feel like guys have filled in?
Honestly, I think for them it's very similar to the quarterback, and the situation was we were rotating a lot of guys. We had some guys in quarantine. We had some guys with COVID. We had some guys with some injuries, and we've just been rotating a group. And I think today is the first time that we've really played with the same 5 for 5 or 6 consecutive practices. And it's been a really nice they're starting to work together and starting to understand how to play with each other and create that unit. And I think Coach Johnson's done an outstanding job just continue to develop these guys' demeanor and how we want to play, what kind of effort we want to play with. And he's done an unbelievable job, like stinking cast and die, to see who's going to play offensive line on this day or that day with just all the different things. So he's done a really nice job, and our guys have adapted well. But today was probably the best day they've had in protection, which, gives your quarterback the freedom to sit in the pocket and then gives your wideouts the chance to make contested catches. So that was good to see today.
Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, Eli, I was wondering, how are you feeling about your tight end situation right now?
Yeah, I feel good.
Any reason why you feel good?
Go ahead.
Huh?
Peter, go ahead.
Like any players or reason why you feel good?
Yeah, we got 5 tight ends. They all rotate very well. They know their assignments. They play hard. I feel good about it. Is there a specific – if there's a specific deal, I'll answer it, but I don't – just in general, yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Okay.
Hey, Eli, with the proven 2 guys you have in that running back room, and then the fact that everybody gets a chance to come back for another year next year if they wanted to, I was just curious, how deep do you anticipate going on that depth chart whenever it is released with the running backs this season?
Yeah, whatever it takes to win football games, whoever we need to play in order to be prepared to win and play at a high level. Obviously we feel really good about Larry and Tyler and what they can do, and Dawson Downing's kind of a utility knife and that he can do a lot of different things and get in the game. Elijah Young has showed a lot of versatility and burst ability. Wished he wasn't dinged up right now and hope to get him back. Yeah, Dave, I said burst ability. And then, I think Simi's really come along with Elijah being out for the last 5 days. He's really taken advantage of his reps. Simi didn't go today because of a hamstring, but look to get him back sooner rather than later and continue his growth.
Jack Sobel, go ahead.
Building off the earlier question about the offensive line, you got a transfer in Maietti who's looking to maybe start at center. How's he come in and led the line so far?
Yeah, his leadership's been invaluable. He's done a great job just anchoring it, and you can tell, our defense is very multiple in what they do and transitioning from, odd, even. They've done a lot more even front movements than they have in the past and what they've done. And Coach Walters and Coach Gibbs, along with what we've brought in from some of the things that we've done in the past on our, for me schematically, just being able to put those things together and creating issues has been, tough. But Maietti's seen a lot of it before because of his, experience starting at center, and he's been able to keep guys calm and communicate and echo calls, and he knows what we're thinking.
Go ahead, Sweetie.
Hey, Eli, we're 3 weeks away from kickoff. I'm just curious, does it feel like that crept up on you, or does that still seem like, pretty far away?
Crept up? No, we're supposed to have played today, man. It seems like I feel like I'm on the movie, what's that movie with Tom Hanks in it? And he was on the island and he can't get off. He keeps trying. Castaway. I feel like Castaway. We can't quite get to that game yet. Every time I think we're close, the waves throw me back on the beach. So no, not creeping up on anybody.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey, Eli, I wouldn't expect you to say where he stands in the quarterback competition, but what have you seen from Sean Robinson just in terms of skill set, strengths, weaknesses, stuff like that?
Yeah, Sean does a nice job understanding what we're trying to do and plays within the framework of who he is as a quarterback. Throws the ball well, runs the ball well. So good try, Mitchell.
Gabe, go ahead.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about the season, I know that you maintained optimism, at least talking to us all summer, but were there times where you had doubts you guys would be able to get to this point, just the way everything had unfolded throughout the spring and summer?
Yeah, when a couple of conferences folded, we were kind of worried about it. But, again, I tip my hat to Commissioner Sankey and the presidents of our university and the rest of the conferences. I think Greg Sankey's done an outstanding job leading and not being worried about whatever's on Twitter. He makes decisions in real time and takes his time. and has been that same way the entire time since March. He said, I'm going to be deliberate in my decision-making, and I'm going to try to give us as much time as we can, and got full trust and confidence in what he's done compared to some of the other ones.
Aaron Ladd, go ahead.
Coach, you say you have a long way to go before the team is game ready. What is it that you see that shows you, hey, we still got some work to do?
Penalties, turnovers, lack of execution, giving up explosive plays, having negative yardage plays, all the stuff that makes football games look ridiculously terrible to watch, and if you see those, then it's not good. It wasn't a clean scrimmage today. It hadn't been, completely clean on practice, and we still got 3 weeks to go, but we got to continue to make progress, and we got to handle personnel. We got to handle substitutions. We got to handle, when they bust a play, go to the next play mentality. And hey, this is the most important play we got, and quit dwelling on the past and quit blame, complain, and defend on poor performance and own your performance. And so we're not there yet. We're going to keep working on it until we get there, and don't know if we'll be there in 3 weeks, but we're going to have to be closer on Tuesday than we were today.
All right, I don't see any more hands raised. We'll give it a second to see if anyone has anything else.